Annyeonghaseyo Army. Today we're reacting to This Is BTS, Introduction to BTS Part 1 by a really good YouTuber named Celeste. So the link to her video in the description below. We were recommended to react to this by someone in the comments, one of you armies. My name is Jay.
I'm Melissa.
And let's get reacting.
How many of you have heard of BTS?
Who is BTS and why are they so popular? BTS
Because they make great music.
And they're very attractive.
While the words boy band are often associated with the image of
I'll let this slide
girls,
because I find them attractive too.
there's nothing wrong with being a young person showing love for something beautiful.
They're doing idol dance. I like it.
But
It's such a hard dance.
I was gonna say.
Did I say I was in Paris once and these are all popular now because of that recent trend on YouTube where people were doing dances in public, and I saw a group doing a bunch of BTS dances in front of the Eiffel Tower in the Tour Eiffel area. I considered going down and like joining them, but then I realized I didn't know how to dance to BTS.
About 24% are in their 20s,
Me.
28% are in their 30s,
Me.
21% are in their 40s.
Wow.
I didn't know that. That's actually shocking. This is definitely true. So my little sister introduced me to BTS in 2017. And I made a video where, for those of you who played Superstar BTS, rest in peace, that game is no longer supported, which is another video by itself. What a travesty. They stopped supporting that. Have you ever played that?
No, I've never played that.
I got really good at that. And I made a video where my little sister, she challenged me to playing it for the first time. Because I told her, like, it was really cringe now that I think about it. I told her all Fortnite players are skilled enough to play Superstar rhythm games like that. But this actually makes a lot of sense because they're around our age.
Yeah, they are my age. I'm the same age as RM and J-Hope.
Right, and I'm in my 30s, like my early 30s. So that totally makes sense to me. I think a lot of people confuse armies with being like a younger crowd, which is, there's a quarter of army is.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of armies out there like us who are a bit older.
Take a closer look at this age and gender demographic for BTS's 2020 Map of the Soul ticket sales.
You see?
Females ages 25 and up made 46% of web traffic.
I was part of those sales.
31% were males.
I didn't know that. I thought majority weren't men. I guess I was wrong. Which is kind of sad because I thought it was something unique. I guess I'm not.
BTS fans named ARMY will often tell you BTS is not your typical boy band. Why?
Why?
To get a better understanding, let us go back to the beginning. BTS was created by Big Hit Entertainment, whose mission statement is music and artists for healing. The company, and namely their CEO, Bang Si-hyuk, wanted BTS to be sincere and genuine figures that people could easily relate.
My little sister told me they were the underdogs, like as a company. Wasn't this their first band?
This is their first big band. I think they tried before, but nothing ever took off.
And like something about other entertainment companies in Korea, they make them sign these ridiculous like contracts where they don't actually make money at all.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the case with BTS.
No.
So I kind of like that story.
Yeah, he gave them a lot more leeway than like the big three, which is SM, JYP, and...
JYP doesn't have that much leeway?
No.
Because my other favorite band is GOT7 and
I like that.
안녕하세요, one in a million, twice me da.
What's your favorite?
TT.
Relate to and grow.
I think I just exposed myself to all of YouTube.
Idols groomed amid studio culture, but real boys who shared their authentic personalities and talents with the world. Which is why BTS stands for 방탄소년단.
방탄소년단.
Bulletproof Boy Scouts. 방탄 meaning to be resistant to bullets, so it means to block out stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations that are aimed at adolescents like bullets, to preserve the value and ideals of today's adolescents.
I actually like this because like a lot of people don't understand what Bangtan stood for. Like everyone wonders what BTS stands for, especially like Western people like us.
Yeah.
And anytime I've looked it up, I've never even gotten an explanation like that.
No, I just thought it was like a neighborhood they were from or something. The Bangtan boy.
Well, I knew it meant
boys.
Bulletproof Boy Scouts, but I didn't get like the meaning behind it.
I need to brush up on my Korean. I am part Korean. I did a DNA test.
2017.
So I can say these things because it's not really technically culturally appropriating, right?
I don't know.
Right? Right.
BTS rebranded their name and logo representing their growth and maturity, extending the meaning to beyond the scene.
Wait, are these doors that are opening?
I'm not sure.
Like ARMY, this is facing this way, and BTS.
The new door-inspired logo symbolizes
Oh.
Door-inspired logo. I got it right.
youth who don't settle for their current reality and instead open the door and go forward to achieve growth.
That's awesome. I never knew they were so like wholesome.
BTS debuted on June 12, 2013 with 7 members. RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook.
Cookie.
He was a baby back
That's
then.
my bias.
Bias?
My bias. Isn't his birthday coming up?
September 1st.
Which
That's why I
is-
have Cookie with us.
Which is tomorrow. No,
No,
2
2
days.
days.
I don't know my calendar. Why don't we, in honor of Jung Shooky, shook up our lights here? Alexa, turn the lights purple. I'm surprised it worked.
Usually she doesn't like you.
No, she hates me. But yeah, now we have a purple for Cookie. That's my bias.
All 7 members came from different parts of Korea. So at first, living
Look at
together
Mr.
in a
Worldwide
small
Handsome
apartment
cooking.
was a challenge.
Yeah.
Their
They all
CEO
lived in a one-room
Korea
apartment.
He's wearing off-white. They're so lucky they get to wear such hype brands.
created a method for the boys whenever they got into an argument.
일단 싸워도 된다. 싸움을 두려워하기 때문에 우리 갈등이 커지는 거다라고 가리키고요. 그다음에 마지막으로는 단 해결은 7이 같이 하는 거다. 싸움은 둘이 해도 해결은 7명이 같이 해라. 하기 너무 창피한 걸로 싸움을 해도 결국은 같이 와서 저희가 이런 문제를 갖고 둘이 싸웠는데 이렇게 해서 이렇게 해결했습니다라고 얘기를 하고 그런 부분들이 이 팀의 친화력을 혹은 시너지를 강하게 만들고 있지 않나 이렇게 생각됩니다.
Over the years, the boys
That's pretty nice.
I feel like he's like the unspoken, unsung hero behind all this.
Mm-hmm.
The CEO.
Yeah.
He seems like a
Big
really
name.
wise man.
have come to
Father
love
figure.
each other despite their difference in personalities, to the point where they'd feel incomplete with one member missing. They became each other's strength and support and formed a brotherhood.
제 머릿속에는 제 멤버들이 있어야 뭔가 자연스러워지니까 뭔가 내 핸드폰이나 지갑처럼 없으면 불안한
Oh,
그죠? 소중한
not so much the wallet, but definitely my cell phone. Like I would not feel normal
I
without
was gonna
my
say
cell
you
phone.
lose your wallet all the time. You don't need that.
No, I don't need to buy anything because I've got my sugar mom. No, I don't.
하다 못해
I'm just kidding.
없으면 안 될 사람들이긴 하죠. 왜냐면은 넘어져도 저 혼자 일어나는 게 아니라 그냥 같이 일어난 거니까.
좀 생각을 해보면 이런 7명이 어떻게 모였을까라는 생각이 들어요. 이제는 오래 지냈다고 해서 될 문제는 아니에요. 어떻게 보면은 운명인 것 같아요.
What's this song in the back, the piano? That's a BTS song,
I wasn't paying attention. I was reading.
되게 유치하지만
acoustic version.
그냥 운명이었던 거예요.
Their climb to the top may seem sudden to those who didn't follow their journey, but it was far from a walk in the park. BTS's company, Big Hit Entertainment, started off small and faced numerous hardships, even coming close to bankruptcy. Since Big Hit wasn't a large company at that time, they lacked the resources for promoting BTS. Even getting the chance to debut was a fluke. Their debut performance opportunity came about because a music show needed a filler for someone else's spot.
What?
Even after they debuted, their performances would often get cut, and if they did make it on air, their screen time was very short since Big Hit didn't have the power or influence bigger companies had over broadcasts.
They look so
Since they were often
2013.
not invited to a lot
I mean,
of
it was
these variety
2013.
shows, the company found their own way to
That song in the background. We gotta figure it out. Ready? Listen.
communicate with their audience through platforms such as YouTube. By vlogging their journey, they allowed us to discover their personalities. They also created
gonna
their
bug me.
own variety shows and often live streamed
We'll figure it out
dance.
after.
They honed their crafts for hours on end, practicing in the dance studio.
It's
and
a newer
producing
one.
Music, returning home at dawn to all sleep in one
Mm-hmm.
bedroom. 2 years of hard work
Da-da-da-da.
ending up, they finally won their first music show award. Yet, as they grew
Was
in
that twice next to them?
popularity, they were falsely
That looked like Sana.
Sajeki, which is when a company buys their own artist albums to boost sales for the charts.
Oh,
Wait,
I didn't know that.
People couldn't believe a group from a small company was selling well.
So they were
Ignoring the
accused.
fact that a small company wouldn't have the resources to pull off such
look how shook RM looked there.
Yeah, because they weren't expecting to win.
That's because people couldn't believe a group from a small company was selling
Hobie
well.
is like shocked.
Ignoring the fact that a small company wouldn't have the resources to pull off such a scam.
Oh,
These were just a few of their hardships and struggles. I
Chucky.
created a separate video highlighting their past hardships. I'll link that in my description box. Throughout the years, BTS were able to reach impressive milestones while continuing to sing in Korean. They shattered cultural language barriers with music and attracted an international.
Unpopular opinion, my little sister actually brought this up. I asked her how did she like Dynamite, and she told me it was great, but she didn't like the fact that BTS kind of sold out. Not sold out, that's a strong term. BTS kind of was like forced to do something in English.
I don't think they were forced to. I think they chose to, but I agreed with her because I'm just like, I thought it was amazing that they became the biggest K-pop group globally without ever doing an English album, while most other K-pop groups have like full English songs and some do have full English albums.
And it's almost unheard of to break into the Western markets without having English lyrics or English covers. Like, for instance, example, I follow TXT. I actually like them a lot. And they had the Cat and Dog song released in a full English version, which is great, by the way.
It just, yeah.
But that was just like, it really kind of made me think, like, why should we as Westerners like expect them to sing in English? It's they're a Korean boy band.
Yeah.
We should
respect
learn
them.
Korean.
Yeah.
감사합니다.
Audience. They grew organically by staying true to themselves while building a genuine connection with their fans from around the world. During an era where streaming numbers have gone up and traditional album sales have gone down, BTS has become an industry anomaly. Their latest album, Map of the Soul 7, released February 21, 2020, is the best-selling physical album of the year, and they sold over 500,000 copies in just the United States alone. The biggest kicker? Well, BTS did this without a single bundle. And what does bundle mean? Artists would bundle merchandise or concert tickets with the album's sales. For example, a copy of an artist's album, digital or physical, would be included in every t-shirt sale or ticket sold for their concert. These sales would count towards charting numbers and become an industry-wide tactic in the US to help boost sales figures and in effect climb up the Billboard charts. In a 2019 New York Times article, they said about half the 39 titles that topped the charts last year were sold as part of ticket or merchandise bundles. Without the help of bundles and driven by the power of ARMYs alone, BTS were able to beat a lot of historic records.
That's impressive.
That is, yeah.
I remember when they beat out Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Something. What was the metric? I forget. Like ticket sales or something?
I think so.
And that's
'Cause
without bundling.
How fast they sell their tickets.
Yeah.
Such as Michael Jackson's 36-year record and the Beatles' 22-year record. While these musical acts
Hold on. Celine Dion, 1 million pre-sales in Japan? What?
Yeah, people love it.
What? Okay, that's interesting one to me.
22-year record. While these musical acts are famous around the world, Sugar has said it's a great honor to be called the Beatles of the 21st century. At the same time, it's a bit pressuring to be called that. We are BTS. We want to be the BTS of the 20th
It's funny because BTS is kind of like
Beatles.
Beatles, but shortened.
century.
That's probably the dumbest thing I've ever said.
A lot of
Sorry.
people are comparing like BTS causing is it the Korean wave? Is
The
that
Korean
right?
wave,
yeah,
yes.
to the British invasion, which the Beatles started back in the 50s, 60s.
The members themselves have always been involved in their music
Sugar
with their fans,
with pinstripes?
even before they
Yeah.
officially debuted. From their debut album, Too Cool for School, in 2013 to their most recent Map of the Soul 7, all 7 members have contributed as either writers and or producers on every album. All of BTS are associate members of the Korea Music Copyright.
That's Jin practicing Epiphany on the piano. He didn't know how to play the piano, but he wanted to learn how to play piano.
I'm more curious. What is this contraption? in
That's his
shirt?
microphone. That's how he's holding it.
Oh, he's tucking it in his shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Should we? Maybe I should learn from Worldwide Handsome here.
2020, J-Hope, Suga, and RM were all promoted to full members of the association.
Oh, nice.
They
Yep.
even create music that's released for free on SoundCloud as gifts to their fans. Much of the work
So Hope World was just him, right?
Yeah, that was just
Oh,
J-Hope.
okay.
And then we have August D and then D2. And
Funny
then-
story about that. I didn't really know much about Suga's side projects, and I was on This Is the BTS playlist on Spotify, listening to it, and I was like, when Deja Ta first kicks in with that, I guess it's Korean traditional
Yeah.
Korean war song like melody. I was like, what is this? And I look, August D. Oh, he must be like really tight with the boys for them to promote them on their own playlist, because that's clout and total exposure. And then Melissa told me that's
No.
Suga, dude.
That's Suga.
work touches on subjects like mental health, youth and female empowerment, child abuse, cyberbullying, self-love and development, and social
Love yourself,
economic
answer.
injustices. Much of the work is also inspired
My
by
favorite album is the one I started off with, is Love Yourself.
Their latest series, Map of the Soul, incorporates psychological concepts.
That piano riff in the background she used was from Map of the Soul.
with
I don't remember what song it was.
BTS is not afraid to use their platform to amplify underrepresented voices and issues, taking numerous risks with their career while receiving backlash from people in power. BTS are also as charitable as they are talented. Throughout the years, members have been donating individually and as a group.
I didn't know that.
BTS rarely publicize donations, so fans often find out about them if media organizations uncover the
That is so wholesome.
Yeah, because they don't want the publicity of it. They just
They already
wanna
have
do
all
it.
the publicity in the world.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that just donate just to get that publicity, I feel like.
One of BTS's few public announcements was in November 2017 for their Love Myself campaign. They partnered with UNICEF to create a campaign aimed at protecting children and teenagers from around the world,
Nice.
with the hope of making the world a better place through music. BTS and their company, Big Hit Entertainment, pledged 500 million Korean won and donated 3% of the income from the sales of physical
It's
albums.
just like 500 million and they did brackets 400,000. Like, what's up with that conversion rate?
Of the Love Yourself series, along with 6 other fundraising initiatives, including the Love Myself merchandise, where 100% of its proceeds were pledged to the cause.
Wow.
Love Yourself series, which contained 3 albums total, sold over 7 million copies worldwide.
Didn't you buy a bunch of those?
I have all of them.
Yeah, there's something in there.
Photo cards.
Yeah, for the photo cards. You spent like $600 or something.
Listen, I'm still missing some of the albums.
Why don't we ask the ARMY? Do you have the missing albums?
I don't know them off the top of my head.
Okay, or not.
September 24, 2018, BTS was invited to deliver a speech about the Love Myself campaign at the United Nations General Assembly. On January
Yeah, what boy band ever did that in history? Backstreet Boys and NSYNC? No. BTS was the first.
2020, Formula E announced their partnership with BTS to help
I remember this.
Dude!
You never saw that?
No! They
Yeah.
look amazing!
They were actually supposed to be at the races, but I'm pretty sure that all the races were kind
Oh
of
my god!
closed.
Look at Shooky in the center.
You mean Cookie?
Oh my. Whew. I'm totally straight, I
combat
think.
climate change. On
Usually it's Jimin that does that for men, apparently.
Yeah, Jimin is like the man for that.
Yeah, but for me it's Jungkookie.
BTS tweeted their support for Black Lives Matter. A few days later, Variety reported that BTS and Big Hit Entertainment had donated $1 million to support the Black Lives Matter movement. When armies got wind of the news,
We matched
they
it.
matched their $1 million donation in
24
1 day.
hours.
Now, these are just a couple of their acts of charity. With their socially music, BTS created a new fandom culture that brings together fans from different national and racial identities. This led to the emergence of bilingual ARMY volunteers who translated BTS Korean lyrics and videos in their language almost real time, making the content immediately available to non-Korean speakers. We may all speak different languages, but their music and their message connected people from around the world with different ethnicities, background, gender, and age. BTS have
This is 0 o'clock in the background. I figured out one of those piano riffs.
also expressed their love and respect for ARMY countless of times, such as
Right?
always
Yeah.
mentioning them first during speeches.
Sorry,
What was that, your ankle? Oh my goodness.
Media and Weavers, showing their
See, Weavers.
appreciation for ARMY projects, halting rehearsals for the Muslim prayers in Saudi Arabia. The youngest member, Jungkook, even got the fandom name tattooed on his hand.
Yep.
Together with ARMY, they grew as individuals and as artists.
저는 굉장히 영향력을 주는 거창하는 것에 안전하고 그냥 저희를 보는 분들이 행복하고 웃을 수 있다면 그걸로
팬이란 게 진짜 뭘까 막 이런 생각을 가끔 많이 하거든요. 그리고 그 사람들
I never realized how much BTS loves their fans.
They do. They love ARMY.
That's something I didn't know until watching this right now. Just seeing all of the highlights. It's one thing that it's nice because Celeste here just condensed everything into a really easy to watch video here, but I've never seen those reactions before because admittedly I've never really dived into it. I just listen to them on repeat on Spotify all the time.
Well, I was explaining Weavers to you. It's like their own social media site where they interact with us fans. So like fans will post on there and they will comment back and say like, we love this artwork, we love this, we love that.
때문에 저희가 무대에 서는 거라서 그 봐주는 사람들을 위해서 노래를 하고 무대를 하는 거기 때문에 결국 우리는 그 사람들한테 진짜 감사해야 되고 무대 하나하나에 최선을 다해야 돼요.
간단하게 얘기해서는 가수를 하고 있는 어떤 제일 중요한 이유인 것 같아요. 저는 뭐 방송 활동도 물론 쉽지 않지만 진짜 콘서트는 그냥 제가 이 방탄소년단을 하고 있는 이유가 맞는 것 같아요.
And I would have seen him this year.
참 다행히도 내가 원래 하고 싶었던 이 메시지 하고 싶었던 음악들을 하고 있어서 참 다행이라고 생각을 해요. 그렇기 때문에 되게 그렇게 살고 있는 것 같아요. 긍정적인 에너지를 주죠. 일단 이 일을 좋아하는 거, 일을 사랑하고 너무 좋아하는 게 되게 큰 영향을 주는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 이 일을 하기 싫고 실증이 나고 하면은 무대 위에서도 나타나기 때문에 이 일을 굉장히 사랑하기 때문에 내가 무대 위에서 퍼포먼스를 할 수 있고 노래를 할 수 있는
계속 와서 응원해주는 모습 그리고 그렇게 저희를 진심으로 좋아해주는 그런 표정들 힘들 때 그런 표정들이 저에게 더 힘을 주는 것 같아서
저희를 알아봐 주신 여러분들이라면 여러분의 꿈이 아니더라도 여러분의 삶, 여러분의 인생에 언젠가 저희의 존재가, 저희의 음악이, 저희의 무대가, 저희의 사진, 영상이 여러분한테 아주 조금이라도 아픔이 100이라면 그 100을 99, 98, 97로 만들어줄 수 있다면 그걸로 저희의 존재의 가치는 충분합니다. 정말 사랑합니다.
I don't even know how to react. I'm just taking it all in.
I've seen some of these interviews before. They do love
Their love
fans.
for ARMY has also helped them decide on re-signing another 7-year contract with Big Hit Entertainment. They mentioned doing it for their fans and not for money. So while people often discredit BTS's talent, likening their popularity to superficial aspects that come with the image of a boy band, it is their development of personalities and sincerity towards their art and their fans that made their fandom the size and reach that it has become.
Like, so much that I sound like a Redditor. So much this, but like, just think of all the other great South Korean K-pop boy bands that haven't blown up like BTS has. She makes a really good point. It's their sincerity that drives that following.
I hope people will come to realize that BTS is more than just their singing and their dancing skills. They're not just performers, but artists who have healed and inspired millions of people people around the world. For a deeper dive into BTS, please refer to these websites, apps, and ARMY accounts to stay updated. We're also working on more video projects and a website, so stay tuned.
That's awesome.
I want to see the credit. Video editor Celeste. Wow. Oh, she had script. This is really well done.
Yes.
I've not seen Celeste before on my recommended feed, but I'm sure I'll be getting a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to subscribe to her now. And all. That was like so well done. Making these kind of videos aren't easy. You have to really do your research and script out, not just script out, but write a good essay. I know a lot of people out there, I'm sure you went to school, you've written essays before.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to have that structure and that framework down along with the research. So for 15 minutes worth of that, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And it kept me captivated the entire time. I didn't even realize we watched 15 minutes of it, honestly.
It was very detailed. I enjoyed all of it. And this is great for people who just found BTS. Like, I wasn't a fan till last August, actually, so full year for me. And, like, I had to look into all this stuff myself and find different pieces of it, but all of it together would have been pretty cool. And then she didn't even mention whenever their concerts had to be canceled in Korea this year, like, Korea got canceled before the rest of the world did, obviously, because they were going to be first. All of the Korean fans who got their money back donated all that. I can't remember what it was to foundations that BTS believes in, but they donated all of their tickets that they had bought. They donated all that money to charities themselves. So BTS encourages other people to be charitable too, which is a good thing.
Can I ask a huge favor? Melissa will be baking Jungkook a birthday cake. So if you want to see that recipe, I will be recording that. Please subscribe below. And while you're down there, there's other buttons that you can press. And rumor has it, those things do things when you touch them. So I think they change colors. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you on the next one, armies. How do you say bye in Korean?
I don't know.
I just know 안녕하세요. 감사합니다.